Hello everyone, my name is Sriya Chatterjee. I'm a media correspondent with Teenager Startups. Our guest today is Arianna Fox, the CEO of Big Ideas Kid Coaching. Arianna is an American teenager entrepreneur. She joins us today to share her journey as an entrepreneur and a successful business owner.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I'd first like to congratulate you on your remarkable achievement at such a young age. Your company is definitely helping many upcoming entrepreneurs around the world. So first, tell me something about yourself and your company.
So my name is Arianna Fox, and I am a 13-year-old girlpreneur, motivational speaker, double published author, and actress and voiceover actress as well. I started, to tell something about myself and the company. I started actually the whole entrepreneurship side and doing things with the business ever since I was 6 years old. My parents and I, we still have a business called Splash Design Works that we do logos, websites, graphic design, social media marketing and management, and things like that. But ever since I was 6 years old, I would follow them around at mixers and chamber events, and I would give spiel people and business cards and things like that. So that was pretty much where the entrepreneurship stemmed from. But I've always had this passion to inspire others. So.
That's amazing. So, tell me something about how you got your inspiration or your idea for your company.
So, as I mentioned, ever since I was super young, I always had two passions. One was to inspire people, and the other was to be a writer, to be an author. I wanted to write. The only problem was I wanted to be an author when I grew up. And so I told my parents this one day, and they said, why wait? Why not now? Why not start now? And so I did. And fast forward to a few years later, when one day I woke up and my parents said, you know what? You should be a motivational speaker. And I was like, yes, absolutely, because it culminated with that passion that I've always had. So that was pretty much where I got the idea. And then the idea for the name, Big Ideas Kid Coaching, was just to launch big ideas in kids and to, as the slogan says, or the tagline, inspiring success. So to inspire kids to succeed.
That's amazing. So, how does your company work and how do people reach out to you? How do you reach out to people?
So for reaching out to people, I have many social media accounts. I actually have pretty much all social media platforms. So on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, I am A Fox Author, AFOX AUTHOR, and then and then LinkedIn and YouTube, I'm Arianna Fox. And then for speaking events and engagements, which I am open for and booking for, you can reach out to our speaking agent, which is Jean Russo, and her email is speakingofsuccessinc@gmail.com.
Well, thank you. I've got those noted. If I need any help, I'll definitely be calling you. So, what makes your company unique?
So there, like you said, there are so many motivational speakers around the world, but there are so many even motivational speakers for youth and for kids and teens. But you know what? Almost all of them are adults. And it's kind of like that Peanuts thing where the teachers are talking and it's all wah, wah, wah. Kids, you don't hear, the kids don't hear it. Kids are inspired to succeed by watching other kids their age succeeding as well. It's that good old thing called peer pressure. And so there aren't too many people that are kids and teens that are actually good role models, that are succeeding, that are helping others to succeed. And so if I'm succeeding, then others can say, wow, I can succeed too.
For sure. So, you started at a young age, and it's not always sure that a company would start off doing well. So there must have been some sort of challenges which you face. So what kind of challenges and how did you overcome them?
So one of the biggest challenges that and almost any speaker, startup speaker would probably face, and that's something that we definitely had to overcome and are still working on overcoming as well, is finding venues and locations and also connections, because everybody needs connections to go speak at this place, to go speak at that place, etc. And so that was probably one of the biggest challenges back then.
That's nice. And you've overcome it, which is a good thing. So in a generation where everyone is using social media, Instagram, and you are on all of those platforms, so how did you manage to publicize yourself?
So my parents and I, as I mentioned, we have a social media and marketing and graphic design as well, but also social media and marketing business. And so we use some of the tips and tactics that we use for even our clients to help them and blast them all over social media. So whether that basically it's the three things, three types of social posts, whether it's informing, inspiring, and entertaining. So as long as you have those type of posts, then people will be liking, commenting, and seeing those kind of posts.
Well, that's a tip which everyone's definitely going to use. So let's say a time machine is built. If you could go back in time using that time machine, what would you do? What is there something you'd like to change?
That's a really hard one because the normal response would be, oh, I would want to change a mistake I made, or I would want to change something I did wrong. But actually, and as I say a lot in my motivational speaking events and engagements, that you only fail when you give up, and that mistakes are just a part of the journey. So actually, all those mistakes are kind of on purpose, and all those mistakes help you to learn so you don't make that mistake again. Because if you went back in time to change them, then you wouldn't be learning anything. So I would say, yeah, that you only fail when you give up. Mistakes are just a part of the journey. You just dust off and get right back up and go into whatever it is that's your passion.
That's great. So talking about your motivational speaker as well as an author, so your last title is False Awakening. So can you tell me a little bit about your books and the newest one?
Gladly. So, my first book is called The Princess Chronicles, and that's the one that I started writing at a very young age, probably about 6.5 or so. And I started writing that, but it took years and years to get an illustrator that would do the illustrations for the entire book, because someone would start it and then they would drop it and everything. So it's called The Princess Chronicles, and it's about these princesses that are learning kindness, friendship, forgiveness, teamwork, and trust, and all those important qualities. Then my second book is called False Awakening, and that is a sci-fi novel for teens, tweens, and young adults, and adults and up, really. And it's about a man who's in a dream within a dream within a dream. And he joins a rebellion and fights against an evil tyrant to save the dream world and the real. And then my third book that I'm actually currently working on, and I just reached halfway, so I'm super excited, is called Saber Black. And it is about a winged race of people called Andorians. And the good guys are called Sarahs, and the bad guys are called Sendars. But the story is about the main character, Saber Black, is born a Sendar but fights for the Sarahs. So is she good? Is she bad? Is she both? So those are my books that I have right now.
That's amazing. I'm looking forward to reading your book. So you must have read lots of books throughout your, since you were born until now. Is there some sort of book or a few books which you'd like to suggest people should read?
Absolutely, especially depending on the genre as well. So I'll just throw a few out there. So my most recommended book ever is actually a series, and it's the Sherlock Holmes series by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I love those books epically, and I'm currently reading them. And so that one for any mystery lovers out there and classic lovers, and then also for another classic fantasy would be Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. And then also for any teen, tween, anybody who's looking for comic relief, one of my favorite book series out there is How to Train Your Dragon by Cressida Cowell.
I love
Which
that.
yeah, it's really, really good. And then also, this is a single book, not a series, is 80 Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. So it's an adventure series adventure book. It's a single, and it's amazing. I love it. So
I've noted those down, and I'm definitely going to pick up a few. So why did you choose to start your business, say now, without getting some sort of experience? So you could have, started working in a job or in a company, getting experience, and then taken your company to a next step. So why did you choose that?
So for one thing, the being an author and being a motivational speaker, those aren't things you can really find very easily in a job setting. Yeah, you can write for other people. Like, for example, you can be a news writer or an article writer at some company or something, but not a novel writer. You can't novel write for someone. And I've always loved writing fiction novels. And unless you want to be a ghostwriter, but I was always wanting to write just from myself. And then also. And then for motivational speaking, that's also not really something you would find much or very often in a job setting, to be a motivational speaker and to actually not like be speaking at some conference or something, but actually just to go out different places and inspire people and motivate them. And so that was probably one of the biggest things. And plus, I've always grown up in an entrepreneurship type setting because my parents and have had a business for a long time, and when I was young, then I was helping out with the business and things like that, like a lot. So I've just kind of always been in that entrepreneurship setting. That's been pretty natural for me.
That's something really nice. So when you started your company, did you get some sort of entrepreneur funds, or how did you work out, money wise?
We would we started off we started off and we're trying to build it up more and more as I inspire more people and speak to more people. But we started with big ideas, just kind of doing it at different places, some for free, some for just at low cost. But we were just trying to inspire people, more and more, and motivate people. And now as I'm speaking to more people, then the cost might go up, but we were just trying to really inspire. And as for the things of marketing and logos and things like that, my daddy does all of that design and stuff, so we didn't have to pay some designer. He did all the marketing originally, and the original logos and things like that. And now I'm managing the social media as well. So yeah, it was pretty easy for that.
Great. So you're an author as well as a motivational speaker. So say someone told you to choose between them, which one would you choose?
And I'm also a voiceover as well. But yes, I would say that's really hard if it's between author and speaker, even though I also do other things as well. It's really hard. I would say both, because I want to inspire people but also write at the same time. I guess I might choose author simply because that's like my biggest passion, is to write and even inspire people through my writing. But I would definitely also choose speaker. So I don't think I could really answer.
Okay, so what does local and global impact mean for you?
Well, that's been always our goal. Is we obviously started off here in our state. We started off, kind of local, but we are hoping and we are excited to rock more speaking events globally and all around the world. So definitely it's impacting people.
That's great. That's something to look forward to. So say 5 or 10 years down the line, where do you see yourself and Big Ideas Kid coaching?
Okay, so I would definitely say inspiring and impacting and energizing more people around the world, globally. And then also in the next, actually less than 5 years, definitely, probably this year, I'm thinking, is to be publishing my third book, Saber Black. And then in 5 to 10 years, probably publishing tons of other books, all different genres and things like that. So really just publishing more books, writing more, and speaking to more people. So my role models would definitely be my parents, for one, because they are so loving, supportive, amazing, caring. They always help me with my books and speaking events and speeches, and helping me to really develop it and cater it to the people, and always helping to write better and things like that as well. But as far as other people that are not my amazing parents, that are just maybe even inspiring others, like too, or kid influencers, I guess I would say a few years ago it would be Kid President. Right now I have no idea what he's doing, but a few years ago it would be him. He's been to the White House like five times. Really incredible kidpreneur, definitely.
That's amazing. So have you
Oh,
received any?
I was just gonna say, and one other would be probably Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, for the work hard mindset and the hustle mentality as well.
That's amazing. So have you received any awards and recognition for your work?
Yes, definitely. So I've won the Achi Award, and which is which is an awesome award thing. Then 3, which is 3 at the DPA, the Delaware Press Association. And then also for the Achi, I won the Youth on the Rise Award. And then also I was at the Excel Honors. I was the red carpet hostess as well. So that was really fun. I got to interview people, and it was great. And then for the DPA, I won 3 awards. One was a first place award. Then 2 were a second place award, and they were for, let's see, one second. But
Consider your role model, and why?
Governor's Award recognition as well, and from the Lieutenant Governor, and that was really cool. I got this letter from the Lieutenant Governor where basically commending me and us for what we're doing for other people, and that was really awesome as well.
Well, congratulations for your awards. How did you feel when you get those awards?
Absolutely grateful and extremely excited, and I was definitely so excited, especially when I got the Achi Award. I was actually able to deliver like a little mini short speech as well, like an inspirational speech, and yeah, it was definitely amazing.
That's amazing. So running a business is ever easy. Was there a point where you felt like giving up?
Definitely. There was actually a point where I was wondering, you know what, maybe I should just do writing or something like that. But I realized that really it's all about inspiring other people and motivating other people, and not just, oh, it's all about what I want to do. It's actually also all about others. And so that's definitely one of the I definitely did have that kind of thing once, but it's all about getting past that. And you only fail when you give up. So if you don't give up, you do not fail.
Oh, that's great. So, well, keep up your hard work. And coming to the end of your session, is there something you'd like to share with the other entrepreneurs out there?
I would definitely say that one of the things that a lot of teens are struggling with is influence and peer pressure as well. And one of the things that a lot of people think is that maybe they're not good enough, or they're not as good as their peers or other friends or things like that. And really just go for it. And one of the biggest things is that you are never too young to succeed. You are never ever too young or not cool enough or anything like that. Just make sure that you work hard, and then success will come as long as you work hard. So you will succeed, and you are never ever too young.
That's great. And thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. And I hope you continue with your amazing work. Your work is truly commendable, and I hope you reach for the stars. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.